All right, so I'm going to demonstrate right now is French knots. I've already got the knot tied on my long tail over here. I'm going to come up in my fabric somewhere where I want the French knot to be. I'm now going to take my needle and put it in front of my thread like this. I'm going to go once, twice, 3 times. I'm then going to back off from the fabric, and I'm going to find where my thread is coming out and go in beside it. I can tighten this up a little bit, tighten it down a little bit, not too much. If you tighten it too much, you'll have to fight with getting the eye of the needle through all those wraps over there. I find the best way to do this is to trap, put my finger on the other side, trap those wraps, the needle and the thread, and then pull out from the back. And then you can see how it's twisting over here? If I didn't have my thumb there, that would start forming a knot over the top of the French knot, and it wouldn't look very good. So this way, I can stop it doing some strange things in here, and I can control the thread. You'll find out, you'll be able to feel underneath your thumb whether it's in properly. So there's my first French knot. From experience, you'll know how far away you need to be to do the next one. So it's kind of like about 1 radius away of the circumference of the French knot, I guess. You know what a radius is. It's half the diameter. So if that's my diameter of the French knot, it's about half of that away. So put the needle in front, 1, 2, 3. And then I go in over here. While I'm in over there, I give that thread a little bit of a snug there. I put my thumb over everything, grab it in between my 2 fingers here, pull the needle from the back, controlling all the threads. And you'll feel when the loop's gone, because the knot will settle down to a nice fat little curl like this on the top. So I'm going to do 1 more over here and end off. I don't like what's coming out, so there we go. I don't think like that over there. All right. So coming out from the thread here, 1, 2, 3. I'm going to go in beside it, snug that down a little bit, trap everything, including the needle, the thread, the wraps, everything else, and control the knot. And then you go to the back and you do your lock stitch on there, the way I've been showing you for the past few videos, okay? So you can do 3 there to end off and then clip. Now, if you have to go and move someplace else, it's not too far away from where you've been sewing, you can do 1 lock stitch and then move over. So now I'm going to show you what happens, hopefully it will work, if you do the thread wrap for the French knot and you don't have your thumb on this. Let's see if it'll tangle up. Okay, this one worked okay, but we'll see whether the next one does it. Sometimes it will actually snarl a little bit. I'm going to twist my thread a bit and see if I can get a mistake going. I'm not sure what the sequence is for doing this, that it makes an error on here, but okay, well, it's done it successfully these times, but usually what happens when I do this and I don't have my fingers trapping these things, I get these knots forming at the top and loops and other things, and I don't know where they come from. It didn't do it this time. I don't know why. Maybe it's because I'm working with crochet thread or yarn and not embroidery floss, but they did just fine over there. So you're going to get slightly looser ones here. I know that some demo on Pinterest was showing how to do a neat design for 4 holes on a button. Like, you know, you sew on a button that's got 4 holes in it. And so once they were just sewing the button on using just these threads, and that's it. It would have fallen off. So they were showing doing a French knot into the last one. It looked like you had little flowers all down your buttons, right? And one person writes in, I tried this, and I know that they're, you know, like English is a second language or third language or something, and they're going, I did the rounds and then my thread all jumbled. And that's what I read from them. So I wrote back and said, trap that stuff after you've done the wraps, and then you thumb and finger, control the thread, pull it through. So I'm hoping that they got that, because I replied to them on Pinterest, because I felt sorry for them not being able to do a French knot and having the thread go over here. All right, so that is how you do French knots. Now, there are a whole bunch of other stitches in the book that I think, yeah, Alice has got this over here. So come on over here, bring that. I'm going to show the cover to you guys. So this is going to be in the classroom here. And in it, you got a whole bunch of stuff that shows you running stitch, back stitch, stem stitch, chain stitch, couching, blanket. It shows you needle positions and sequences. It might look a little bit different from mine. And so you can see that they did the lazy daisy stitch over here and fly stitch, and then I think they do chain stitch on the next page somewhere. There's my French knots. Where did my chain stitch go? Might be in here somewhere. They might do star stitch and this satin. I think it's back further. Anyway, they do blanket stitching here as well. And they do one before the other, so I think they do that. Anyway, so this book is in here, and you guys can reference it and teach yourself new stitches. You may find when you're doing some of your projects that something that you need to render will be rendered best by a stitch I have not taught you. So you can reference this and check out what you have to do and just follow along with it, okay? So you can take a picture of the page and then go back to your desk and work on this, okay? So I'm going to stop this.